When I tell people that I'm a child sleep consultant and breathwork coach, I often get the response, but like, huh? What's breathwork? A lot of people know what a child sleep consultant is, but often what is breathwork? And especially for a lot of people, but often for new parents, they wouldn't be as familiar with breathwork. And I suppose it's exactly in what it says in the name, breath work. It's working on your breath. It is intentionally breathing. I became a breathwork coach. I'm an advanced breathwork coach. I've trained to be a breathwork coach with the Blissful Breath Academy and that. And I came to it from a personal journey as a mum of 3 kids and that. And I suppose I came to it because of, once you become a mom, and this is what I say to parents and particular mums all the time. Once you become a mom, you're always on. Your body is designed to be always on because you are there to nurture your baby. You are there to feed them when they need to be fed. You're there to help them sleep when they need to be sleep well. If you're pregnant, you are in tune with every move from the moment you get pregnant, so you are always on. And this only continues, okay? It only continues, okay? And especially with I when I work with sleep deprived parents, they are extremely on because their baby isn't sleeping. They are extremely sleep deprived, and because of this always on and especially not sleeping, their body goes into stress mode. Their cortisol heightens and they go into survival, and then they cannot switch off. And this is where the breath comes in, because the breath and intentionally breathing takes us from this fight, flight, freeze mode, this sympathetic space, to this rest and digest, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So by intentionally breathing, you can go from, and by slow breathing, you can go from feeling panicked, anxious, overwhelmed to a state of calm. And I do breath work every day, and whether it's a couple of minutes while the kettle boils, and whether it's in the car, wherever it is, and it is absolutely phenomenal. There are so many benefits when it comes to breath work, and in everyday life, not even just for a parent, but in everyday life, not even when your kid isn't sleeping or whether you're sleep deprived, within the working world, in the corporate world, or if you're feeling stressed or anxious, when it comes to fitness, all of these different things, it has such massive benefit. And it is another tool that we can reach to, when life feels overwhelming, you feel always on. I wanted to speak about this and come on because Maternal Mental Health Day and Week is coming up at the start of May, and there was a stat I read earlier. I can't remember the stat, but for maternal mental health, there is a high percentage of women that tend to suffer from overwhelm, anxiety, other things that are going on, postnatal depression and that. And for me, when it comes to sleep and breath work, these are other tools that you can use to help find calm in the chaos in life. And with the breath, this is free to all of us, for most of us anyway. You have your breath to hand, you can use it, and it is phenomenal from taking us from a state of fight, or freeze to a state of overwhelm, anxiety, high cortisol levels, feeling agitated, not motivated, to a state of calm and being present. I have breathwork audios on my website in the Breathwork for Parents page. I have content all on breathwork on my website. If you want to learn more about breathwork, feel free to get in contact with me, or you can head over to my website.